Welcome back to Good Morning Wilmington. I'm Kaylin Pride, and again, this is my co-host Matt Ford. And right now I'm so excited for this next guest, Alexis Harris. She's the founder of First Date Destinations, and she's also an amazing content creator. Alexis, how are you?
Thank you, Juan, so much for having me here.
Yes.
Super excited to be in the studio, live and in action, the morning show. I'm feeling great. It's been a great journey. The time I've been doing First Date Destinations thus far, and so super excited to see where it leads to.
Yes.
So thank you both for having me.
Thank you for coming being here. So first question, tell me, who is Alexis Harris?
Alexis Harris, aside from being a North Carolina native, I do have to put that out there.
All right.
I'm a Delaware-based lifestyle, travel, and entertainment content creator, digital marketer by heart, always love anything marketing. But I just have a love of discovering things and showing things and building community, regardless of what I'm doing. Little did I know I'd be doing that right in Delaware, but super grateful. And outside of that, I love to laugh, have fun. Yes. Alexis is always just seeing what's out there, honestly.
No, that's so great.
So Alexis, I want to get started with, what was your inspiration for First Date Destinations? What made you want to hone in on that?
Yeah, that's a great question. It initially started as solving my own problems. So like I said, I'm originally from North Carolina, moved to Delaware right before the pandemic. And even through the interview process, people are like, why Delaware? Why would you move from Raleigh? And I quickly embodied the narrative of Delaware is boring, there is nothing to do here. And the pandemic had just started, and I was like, you know what? I miss everything while I live here. I'm gonna learn to love it. And quickly, I realize I'm not the only one. There's a whole lot of us Delaware-based residents, even our neighboring states, looking for the fun, looking to change how they experience the first date and come to know it. So
yes, and I just want to put out there for those of you who don't know what First Date Destinations is. First of all, she's so huge on social media. It's a TikTok account where basically you get to find out what there is to do around the first date. I am a native Delawarean, so I always growing up, oh, there's nothing to do in Delaware.
Always.
Delaware is so boring.
Can't wait to leave this state when you grow up.
Right. I've always heard that.
Always.
And look at me, I'm still here. But but I love what you're doing because you're actually changing that narrative. And so I actually discovered you on TikTok, first of all. We were talking earlier, and I explained to Alexis how she's the reason that I learned about The Connect. The Connect, they were guests, I think last week or the week before on Good Morning Wilmington, but they're this great organization in Wilmington that hosts a lot of networking events for young millennials in the first date. And so because of you, I actually found out about, wow, their organization, and they're also making things happen, and there's more things to do. So I just wanted to put that out there for those of you who didn't know what First Date Destinations was.
Yeah, no, exactly that. And the organization you mentioned, wonderful people, met them early on and just realizing what I'm doing. And when I mentioned marketing earlier, either way, if I wasn't doing First Date, I would be doing social media marketing, digital marketing for small businesses or other industries and creators. And I bridge that gap. There's things to do, whether experiences you might think you get in bigger cities or even in the smaller states, small towns. It's just a matter of getting that in front of everyone. And we, the people, we're looking to do it, spend our dollars. It's just, where is it?
Where is it? And it's great because most people just go out of state.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So Alexis, what's the feedback and support that you've received after you started making these TikToks and gone viral on social media?
Yeah, so I'm super, super, super grateful. If I'm being honest, the only negative feedback might be my pronunciation of some cities and locations. So I learned early on how to say Newark versus Newark for New Jersey.
That's a common one, yeah.
But yeah, honestly, regardless of your age, as young as 15 and 17 to upward in their mid and late 60s, people are coming to me with such positive feedback of either being that light and allowing them to be re-inspired in the state they were born in, or people that are relocating. Yeah. It can be a hard time navigating a new state, let alone a state where it has that connotation of being boring. And so being able to do that, grow that community, not only through social media, but making my private Facebook group so people can explore together, or hosting events purely with the intention of meeting others. Like 95% of people that show up to events show up alone, and they leave making 3 to 4 different friends, numbers exchanged, to go out and explore everything else that I'm showing.
Wow.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah, and it's crazy. Now people are asking me, I want to take a trip to Delaware for the weekend. I live in New Jersey or New York. What do you recommend? And I'm like,
Look at that.
listen, y'all missing out. Delaware is about to become the new tourist spot. Okay.
Right?
Okay. But so you mentioned earlier, you're from North Carolina, so you're not a Delaware native. So when you first moved here, how did you find these hidden gems around the state? Like, what did you do? Where'd you go? Like, how did that kind of come about?
Yeah, so this sparked the private social group as well. When I first moved up here, the job I had was supposed to be out of office in Newcastle a week before. Just joking, everyone's working out of Philly. Silly me, I was like, oh, Center City, bopping around with my coffee. No, it was Southwest Philly. There was no such thing on my lunch breaks. And the commute was horrible. My first Friday took over 3 hours to get home.
Oh boy.
It was a summer Friday. Never drive south after 1 p.m. But I actually switched jobs. I left that job and decided to job hunt based on the opportunity to find friends, which I don't recommend as an adult. It worked out. 2 weeks before we went home for what we thought was going to be 2 weeks. At a time, I exchanged numbers with one of my dearest friends, Maya Turner. I will plug you. And she is a foodie connoisseur, and we said, let's just team up together and just like, anytime you want to go somewhere, hit me up, I'm down. And so she was my little partner in crime and just having company to go explore, because I haven't yet taken myself out on a date, whether it's to the movies or dinner. We're working on that, but
It's okay.
she was my
Self-care
go-to.
is important, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
So
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, so as a native Delawarean myself, I'm just curious to know, where's your favorite spot been so far?
Yeah, my favorite spot, there's a couple. I'll give a couple of different industries. If you're looking to relax, more of that experience, First State Floats, one of the first spots I ever announced. They're in Bear, in that shopping center near Glassglow Park.
Yeah.
You have the experience of floating like you're in the Dead Sea. I'm not going to give too much.
Wait,
but
what?
I'm here thinking like
yeah.
root beer floats.
Oh no,
That's
no,
what I'm
like
thinking,
you're, like you're floating, like, and if
Okay.
you like as much salt in the Dead Sea, it's the most. I don't want to. It's
I've
a great
heard of these
experience.
things.
It's known to be having healing qualities, so much so like you might be able to get off certain medicines, let alone just relaxing and like that spa day moment. Their whole saying is to just be. 10 out of 10 recommend. Outside of that, we'll do a fun food one.
Yes. My favorite thing.
We're all about that.
Right? The problem is I have so many. What I will say, I like to pat myself on the back for having trust and authenticity. So if I'm posting about it, genuinely I enjoyed it. There have been opportunities
That's good.
where I've had conversations and it's like, you know what, I just not am as comfortable in sharing this to my audience, because I know we all on it. We're gonna show up.
I like that. Yep.
I appreciate that, because I feel like a lot of these content creators and influencers, like, they have all these sponsors and they're just kind of doing it to do it for the money, but they're not really like
Feeling it.
or enjoying it, or you know, they're acting as if they do so that, you know, they can just get their audience to go ahead and buy it or go to this place or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But I really, really appreciate that you say, like, you actually are enjoying the places that you're going to, and you wouldn't recommend something that, you know, you didn't really like or whatever. So no, I like that.
I like that. That's
Authenticity is
important.
key, everyone.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. But where do you see First State Destinations going within like the next year or so? How it's blowing up. It's blowing up. You have
Yeah.
almost 30,000 followers on TikTok almost. I saw you had like almost 1 million likes. It's climbing up there, and your Instagram is blowing up as well. Like, where do you see it going?
That is a great question. Honestly, I don't want to limit myself to what I might say today. Who knows what we'll look like in the next. And I say we because it's all a community. It's me behind the scenes, but I'm always saying our and we. Right now, there's going to be definitely a lot more events, whether I'm curating them myself or partnering with other events that are happening in major cities, and we're looking to bring them to the state, as well as hopefully being able to grow in opportunity to have a bigger cadence and showing things to do. It's been me, so July was a year of working for myself, both for First State Destinations full-time, and also as I had the bandwidth offering digital marketing services, as I mentioned earlier. So being able to increase the cadence, show a lot more things to do, and who knows, maybe we could have a Delaware hype house.
Hey.
I'm finding a whole bunch of other content creators in media, PR, fashion, design, and there's some exciting things coming. As I'm getting into a lot of creative spaces, I've been spending a lot of time at this new creative studio that opened in Newark, close
Where?
to UD. It's the address I know because I'm always there. It's 310 Ruther Drive. It's called.
No, you're there for real. Okay.
It's Sonos Vision Studio. I work from home, and so I don't even have a dining room table in my apartment. So the moment I discovered them, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm getting a membership," I'm spending all my time there. But I am excited to start working with a fashion stylist.
Oh, wow.
His name is Unique Styling, and even there's some dope brand designers that. There's a lot of people that come out of Delaware, so.
All right, well, Alexis, before we let you go, we want to play a game. Here's how it goes. You're going to have 1 minute, no pressure, to name the best spots to go to in Delaware. So think of it like a lightning round. I'll give you a couple seconds to just get your mind ready. We have a minute.
I want to
We're gonna throw some.
take mental notes so I can remember.
All right, ready, set, best spot for steak.
For steak, Tonic seafood and steak.
All right, margaritas.
Santa Fe on Main Street before they possibly changed the menu.
Okay.
Best museum.
Best museum, Delaware Contemporary.
I love Delaware Contemporary. That's a good place. Best park.
We have a lot of
Best
parks.
park. I spend the most time at Glasgow for working out, but that's Brandywine.
Brandywine.
There's
Okay,
a
cool.
whole zoo at that park,
Yes,
so.
All right.
that is true.
How about flower shop? We have a lot of those.
Flower shops.
Florists.
Ooh, I would say, I don't know the specific shop name, but I know there's a couple farmers markets around here. So I
Okay.
could get farmers markets.
Best one to get. Okay.
One on 13.
All
That's
right.
a go-to.
Last one.
Very important.
Brunch. My
Brunch.
favorite meal of the day.
My
Oh,
favorite
man.
food group.
You're gonna hate my answer. I don't know if there's one I can say yet.
Okay.
I actually just asked everyone on my story last week. There's hundreds of comments and recommendations.
Okay.
We're looking for bottomless mimosas, so
Absolutely.
stay tuned.
Okay, now I agree with that.
So I'll have to say, check out my Instagram.
Yes.
It's 2 weeks ago, question of the week. Everyone from as north as Wilmington to the beaches gave their brunch recommendation.
Perfect.
All
Well,
right.
speaking of your social media, can you let the people know where they can find you, where they can find first date destinations, and how they can,
Connect with
maybe
you, yeah.
connect with you and
Yes.
let you know what other things there are in the first date.
Of course. On TikTok, it's First Date, like Delaware, the first date. First Date Destinations. On Instagram, it's first.state-destinations. And if you search that on Facebook, you'll pop up as well. Any social you find, there's a link to all my other links. If you want to join our private social Facebook group, feel free to do that. Join us. There's some book clubs going on that I saw. So that's where you can find me for now.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, it was wonderful
for
to meet you.
joining
Thanks for
me.
coming on.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank y'all for having me again. Hope to see y'all out and about, maybe at
Out.
brunch.
Love that.
Yes,
We love
at
it.
brunch. Yes, a bottomless mimosa spot though.
Yes, I got y'all.
What's up, everyone? It's your main man, Big Ob, the talk of the town, Mr. DETVCH.com, and I'm here with my wonderful and amazing co-host.
Vincenza.
We just stopped by to tell you to be sure, if you want any information on what's going on in Wilmington and to meet some dynamic people doing some amazing and great things, be sure to watch us live on Good Morning Wilmington on Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 p.m.,
Oh, Ivan, 10 a.m.
which he said, 10 a.m.
Listen to me. That's why he has me here. But yes, tune in live, 10 a.m. Monday and Wednesday on Good Morning Wilmington.
DETVCH.com.